Good morning. It's good to be back here in Canberra. Can I say first to the many people who are worried about their grandmother, grandfather, relative in aged care, we will ensure that this government takes some responsibility. To all those who have lost someone, to the 313 families who have lost someone to date as a result of a death in an aged care facility, we say you have our deepest sympathies, and we will hold this government to account. Because when it comes to aged care, what we can see yet again is that Mr Morrison is a leader who is much more interested in headlines than helping. It's all photo op and no follow-up. And he's an appointed and incompetent minister, a minister who doesn't even know how many people have passed, a minister who is not across his brief to preside over a system which is broken, which was broken before COVID happened, and in which the government did not prepare, for the pandemic. So it's time for Mr Morrison to show some leadership. It's time for him to take responsibility for the crisis in aged care. It was a system that was already broken, and it's a system which they did not prepare for what was coming. I also want to make some comments about Michael Sukkar. The revelations on television last night were deeply concerning. They were appalling. They were shocking. They were what Mr Morrison previously described as corruption in June. The same behaviours he described as corruption. Well, Anthony Albanese and the Labor Party acted. Ministers lost their job. The Labor Party intervened into the Victorian branch. This is a test for Scott Morrison. This is a test for him to stamp out the corruption in the Victorian branch, and if he fails to do so, it will speak volumes for his leadership or lack of it. It's a test for Scott Morrison. It's time he stood up. Thanks very much.